What's on your face? Okay, so this is my big baby. I don't think I've introduced this one yet. I've introduced my daughter, but this is my son. Look up here. Say hi. Can you wave? Hi. He's 15 months old. Jay, yeah, say hi. You see yourself? You see yourself in the camera? Say hi, Micah. He wants to play with my makeup. You want the brush? Here. No? Okay. But yeah, this is Micah. I've had several people asking, because they're like, you always show your daughter in videos, or you've shown your daughter in videos, but you haven't shown your son. He's usually napping when I film. She is usually okay with just kind of sitting there. But she's usually good to just sit and watch me do what I'm doing. Whereas he wants to grab and play with everything. And please don't mess that up. So yeah, this is Micah. Say bye. Okay, are we done? Can we be done? Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Good boy. Hey guys, so this video is going to be a tutorial on my go-to fall look at the moment. In videos, I always try to kind of switch it up and do different things, but on days that I don't film, I just kind of go to this just because it's easy, and I've been doing it for so long that it's just kind of like, it just comes naturally at this point. I'm using the, oh, it's not put back together, but this is the Coastal Scents 252 Ultimate Palette. I've really been enjoying this. I do want to try some of their Hot Pots, but I got that first so I could kind of see what shades I like. I have all of the shades printed on the back of mine using those little circle stickers. So I will list the actual colors that I use down below, so if you have those Hot Pots, it'll just be easier for you to know the colors. But then I'll also put the coordinates of where there's the shades are in the palette, and I'll have all that down below as long. Alright, so that's all that I have to say, so I'm just going to go ahead and get right into the tutorial.
Oh, and they come unstuck, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I want to be your left hand man.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyes using the NYX HD Eye Primer. I can never remember the name of this thing, and I use it every day of my life. But this is what it looks like. It's just an eye primer. It's really cheap. You can get it at Ulta. I think it runs about $7. It lasts forever. I've had this for I don't know how long now. So I'm just going to put that all over my lid, up to the brow, and then just whatever's left on my finger. Just kind of run it on the bottom lash line. Okay, and then I'm going to take the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil. This is an iced mocha, and this is just going to be the base for the brown shade that I'm using. And I like to just take it on my finger like this, and then just kind of lightly apply it where I want it. I find that if I apply it to my finger first and then apply it to my eye, I have a little bit more control of the color. It doesn't go on quite as heavily. So I'm just applying that, probably leaving about, just the tiniest bit of the inner corner bare, and then taking this on the outer corner and just over the crease a little bit. So that's what you'll have. And then I'm going to be taking, what color is this? Southern Wood out of the palette, which is on the bottom right. 1, 2, 3, 4 over, 2 up. Phone's ringing, sorry. But it's 4 over and 2 up. So it's this one right here. I'm just taking that on that shader brush and just applying it over that base. So mainly just on the lid. And I have a hooded lid, so I go up into my crease, quote unquote, just a little bit, so that way that color doesn't transfer onto anything else, and I can get a more natural feel for where my crease color will go. So I kind of have to create a crease for myself. And just lightly patting that color on. Sand Dune, which is also in the same tier, and it's on the second column, 2 up. And I'm taking that on a fluffier shader brush. So it's just going to be like this. Not very precise with this color. I'm just placing it on the inner corner and up a little bit just to kind of brighten the eye area. Okay, now I'm going to be getting into the bottom tier, which looks like this. It has just kind of like, it doesn't really have a theme of colors. They're just kind of all over the place. And I'm going to be using the color, it's in the very middle column, and it's the second one up, so it's this one right here. And I'm going to be taking that on just a flat shader brush, like this, just your classic shader. I'm going to be applying that just on the outer, probably half of the eye. And this is really to just define this area here. And then I'll be going in with a darker color whenever I'm finished with this. Going back to the top tier, I'm taking this brown, and it has a really deep red undertone to it. And it's the middle column, the very bottom one. And I'm taking that on a crease brush. Just looks like this. I got this one at Target too. These are on clearance a long time ago. If you can still find them, they're actually really good brushes. So just taking that right on the outer corner and just kind of buffing that in to the outer corner and up a little bit. This color's pretty unforgiving, so I like to put down that brown shade that I put down first up under it. It makes it a little bit easier to blend. Just gonna blend over the top a little bit. Okay, and then going back in with Sand Dune, that light color, just kind of connect those. Back to the bottom tier, I'm going to be taking, it's the 6th column from the left, the very bottom one right here. And this is just going on a fluffy blending brush and just going to kind of blend around the edges. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my face powder. I'm using the EX1 Invisiwear. It's got fingerprints all over it, but it just looks like this. This is in the shade P100. And I'm taking my just fluffy blender brush and just kind of going into that color. And I'm going to use that to blend around the edges. And that's going to work as my transition shade. And I'm not actually going to highlight under my brow bone. I used a concealer that's probably too light for my skin tone, so I don't want to make it look too stark under there. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Just go around those edges to soften it with that transition color. Well, my face powder, but it's going to work as my transition shade. And I'm just going to leave it. Okay. I don't think I said the name of the color. This is Wild Raisin down here. And it's the same shade I used in the outer corner. I'm going to take that on my bottom lash line on a large angled liner brush. And then just to kind of smoke that out, I'm going to be taking that first color that we used, the Southern Wood, right here. And I'm taking that on a pencil brush. Except it won't focus, but that's what it looks like. And I'm just going to smoke that color out. Next for eyeliner, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Carbon Black Liner Intense, and this is just a felt liner. And I'm going to be lining the top lash line, and I'm going to put a slight wing. I'm not going to do anything too dramatic. But yeah, I'm just going to line it all the way from the very, okay, I need a mirror. Alright, next I'm going to line my Tightline using my pitiful L'Oreal Voluminous Smoldering Eyeliner. It's so tiny. I need to get a new one. So I'm just going to line my Tightline and just really smudge it into my lashes really well because I want it to be really nice and dark. And finally for lashes, I'm using the Maybelline Lash Stiletto. And then this is the waterproof formula. I like the waterproof a lot better. So I'm just going to apply a couple coats of that. And then I will show you what I'm using on my cheeks and lips. Okay, so for cheeks, I'm going to be using the Coppertone blush by MAC. And I'm just taking that on an angled blush brush. Nothing crazy. I'm just going to apply that to my cheeks. I really like the shade. It looks really nice with my skin tone. And then I'm just going to take my powder and just kind of blend it because it can look a little crazy. So just kind of dab that over. And then I'm going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, and mine is custom, so these shades you won't be able to get unless you actually customize it. I'm using the shade Latte, which is a really nice like pinky kind of illuminator. And I'm going to take that using my Real Techniques setting brush and just apply that just over the tops of my cheekbones. And again, just take my powder brush and just lightly kind of blend that into my blush. So it's not too harsh. Just gives a nice sheen to the cheekbones. I guess I'll contour a little bit. I'm going to take this shade, which is also custom. This is Earth. And I'm going to take that on another angled blush brush and just kind of hit the temples. Just kind of hit the tops of my forehead with this. Just to kind of warm up my face a little bit more. So nothing too crazy or sculpted. Just want to warm up the face. And for lips today, I'm going to be using the Rimmel by Kate Moss. This is in shade 104. And this is just a really nice neutral color. I've seen a lot of people comparing this one to the color that Kylie Jenner is always wearing. Can we just be done with Kylie Jenner? Like, I'm so over it. But I've seen a lot of people comparing this color to the lip colors that she wears. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.
I love you when you're singing that song, and I got lump in my throat, guys. You're gonna sing the words wrong. There's this story that I think you like. This guy decides to quit his job and heads to New York City. Oh, this cowboy's running from himself.